Hey Ustavani. So hopefully I pronounced that right. For those of you new to my channel, that is hello, my friends, in Finnish. Welcome back to Singer Dad Reacts. My name is Josh. And a special welcome to all of you from the Nightwish army. It's been a while since I've done a Nightwish reaction. The last one I did actually was, I believe, Phantom with Marco and Tadia. And I really loved Marco's voice. It's one of the first times I really heard him sing like that, and went on and on about it. And so a lot of you actually recommended that I react to The Islander. And so here I am doing that reaction. And especially with his departure from Nightwish, right? I mean, I felt that this would be great timing for that, and just kind of paying tribute to him and all the fantastic work that he did with this amazing group. So with that, I'll jump right into the lyrics. This is what I do on my channel, and try to really break down what the song is about. The cool thing about this song as well is that it was written by Marco. So, and that's the thing that a lot of these groups, they have a lot of talent. I know with this group, it's mostly Tuomas, from what I recall. But it's cool to see that Marco wrote this one. The Islander, an old man by a seashore at the end of day, gazes the horizon with sea winds in his face. Tempest-tossed island, seasons all the same, anchorage unpainted and a ship without a name. Sea without a shore, for the banished one unheard, he lightens the beacon, light at the end of world. Of the world, I assume, showing the way, lighting hope in their hearts, the ones on their travels homeward from afar. And this is the chorus. This is for long forgotten light at the end of the world, horizons crying the tears he left behind long ago. The albatross is flying, making him daydream, the time before he became one of the world's unseen. Princess in the tower, children in the fields, life gave him it all, an island of the universe. Now his love's a memory, a ghost in the fog. He sets the sails one last time, saying farewell to the world. Anchor to the water, seabed far below, grass still in his feet, and a smile beneath his brow. Wow, that's pretty deep. Sea without a shore, for the banished one unheard, he lightens the beacon, light at the end of the world, showing the way, lighting hope in their hearts, the ones on their travels, homeward from afar. Time before he came, one of the world's unseen. Yeah, I mean, I think as is the case with a lot of songs, I think there's a lot of symbolism here that he's tapping into with kind of... The island doesn't necessarily represent a physical island, but maybe like... I get the feeling like it's the island of this person's family that he's singing about. And he's spent time with them and been given all these wonderful things. The albatross is flying, making him daydream, right? So that's kind of a play on, okay, he's on this island. He sees this animal that's able to fly and be free. So maybe there's something symbolic of the albatross that makes him dream of things that might seem out of his reach, but he wants to accomplish, right? Children in the fields. And the last part's pretty interesting. He sets the sails one last time, anchor to the water, seabed far below, grass still in his feet and a smile beneath his brow. So he's taking one final voyage. So maybe the island is kind of his haven, and then when he goes on these voyages, he has these little adventures. And that could be his time with Nightwish or whatever, right? Where he's going on these tours and things like that. Those are kind of his adventures where he sets the sails, right? So, I don't know. That's something it could be. And if you have additional comments from, because a lot of you are Nightwish experts and you've done tons of research. I try to do research before each of my reactions, but I didn't really find a ton on this particular one. So if you have more information you want to kind of bring out as far as the lyrics and what the song means in the comments, I'd appreciate that. I'm always eager to learn more about the songs. So also, if you haven't already, if you're new to my channel, if you could please click on the subscribe and hit that notification bell just so you're notified of any of my new reactions that you might be interested in. I would appreciate that. Thank you. That's a sweet guitar. That's really cool.
Marko, kuka? Okei, joka tapauksessa tämä on vakava tilanne.
So he's got a bass and a regular guitar. That's cool.
Sitten tässä on yksi mies.
So I don't see any other languages available for closed captioning. It looks like they just put English on here. Like manually. They didn't do it through YouTube, so it's not available like as part of a menu. They just added it to the video themselves. So for those that don't read English, what I'm going to do, and here's why I'm doing it, I'm explaining it. I'm going to read what he's the translation in English of what he's saying, and what'll happen is YouTube will then put that into my subtitles file, and then when I translate my subtitles into the 15 other languages, it'll get translated. So you'll be able to actually know in your own language what Marco is saying. So I just think that's a nice thing to be able to know for yourselves in your language what he's saying here. So I'm going to rewind it just a little bit. Yes, it all looks quite entertaining indeed.
Marko, kuka?
Marco who? Anyway, it's a serious situation. There's some 20,000 people plus change here and only one guy with a guitar. The other weasels doubled back and left me to entertain this crowd by myself. That's awesome. So I better come up with something. Or what? Okay, it goes like this.
A man by a seashore at the end of day gazes the horizon with sea wind in his face. Tempest tossed silent, seasons all the same. Anchorage and painted and a ship without a name. Sea without a shore for the vanished one unheard. Lightens the beacon light at the end of the world, showing their way, lighting hope in their hearts. Once in their travels go what from afar.
So he can go lower than I would have guessed after kind of seeing him just go sky in Phantom. Far. I guess that's not super low, but I think there was a lower note that he had in there before. But still, it's pretty low for his voice. He's got a pretty good range. And he's showing his skill here, right? Because you normally see him playing the bass, but here he's playing the regular guitar. He's doing really well. But I like his voice has a brightness to it. That is really pleasant to the ear. I really like the timbre and the tone of his voice, and I'm excited to see kind of what he does, because I'm sure at some point he's going to just start going for it.
Eli jos mä soitan sen kertosäkeen, niin te varmaan laulatte mukana. Laulatte?
No, they didn't translate that part.
Okei, sit se vedetään. This is for long forgotten.
This is the chorus.
Light at the end of the world. Horizon crying. The tears
Nice.
he left behind long ago.
Hear that resonance? That's a cool guitar part.
The
That's good.
albatross is flying, making him daydream. Time before he became one of the world's unseen. Princess in the tower, children in the fields. Life gave him it all, and I know the universe. Now his love's a memory, ghost in the fog. Sets the sails from last and saying farewell to the world. Anchor to the water, see but far below. Rustle in his feet and a smile beneath his brow. This is for long forgotten. Light at the end of the world. Horizon crying. The tears he left behind long ago.
Oh, that's cool.
So long ago.
Thomas.
So long ago.
Floor. Huh. I think that that's like a recorder type instrument. It has kind of that sound to it, like a recorder. But I know there's like a special name for it. I can't remember. Maybe you guys can put that in the comments. But I know one of the comments I saw, and I loved Tardia's voice, and I'm gonna definitely do more reactions with her as the lead singer. Those are coming, but I know one of the, I think a handful of you commented that Marco said he liked singing with Floor just because he felt like he didn't have to hold back as much because of the power that she brings kind of to with her voice. So I'll have to listen to both of them and kind of see what I think, but I haven't seen a huge difference in power. I mean, Floor definitely has a powerful voice. She might have a slight edge there with to Tardia, but again, my only exposure at this point to Tardia's voice is, Phantom, which is not like a, sing out super loud type song. So I'm going to have to hold the verdict on that until I hear more performances. But yeah, this is cool to kind of bring them all in slowly through the course of the song.
This is for love.
Okay.
Light at the end of the world. Horizon
They blend really well.
crying. The tears he left behind so long ago.
And they're right together. That was cool.
Oh yeah. So long ago.
Yeah, that's good breath control.
So long ago.
Beautiful.
So long ago.
He's good.
So long ago.
Listen to that tone. It's just so bright.
So long ago.
Oh, he had a little growl in there. It's awesome. Nice. Are they still going here? Oh, I guess not. So I'm going to just do that last little part where he kind of goes and does his growl real quick. So appreciate your patience here. The other cool thing in kind of watching their dynamic is Fleur seems very comfortable stepping back out of the limelight and just allowing Marco to have his moment, right? You know, and that's really cool. That's what it's all about. When you see a band and they are willing to kind of allow each other those moments to shine, and then it's truly like a team effort, and you can feel that they love each other and want each other to have, you know, those moments, right? So that's really cool. She's able to do that. Let me go. I think it's right here.
So long ago. So long ago.
He's got great control.
So long ago.
There it is right there. Hear that? And normally I'm not a big slide person. I don't really like when a vocalist does a slide up to a note or whatever, but the way he did it actually worked, and it didn't sound bad, right? I mean, I actually liked it. Yeah, so that was cool. That was definitely cool. Marco can sing for sure. And I didn't get the feeling like he was even beginning to tax his voice. And so if you have other songs like where he just like goes for it, and really kind of pushes it and kind of similar to the Phantom, right? Because in the Phantom, he really like seemed to extend himself and was singing really high and added a lot of that kind of that bite, you know, that behind the sound. This is a different song, right? It's a different song, so it's not apples to apples. But yeah, he can sing, and I love, like I said, I love the timbre, the tone of his voice. It's very bright, and it's not bright to the point where it's like tinny or nasal, but it's just has a natural brightness to it, and he and Fleur blend really well together. And their timing was impeccable. There were even times where she was singing something and then it was kind of a moving part, and then he was singing something different, and they would join together on a harmony and move forward. Those types of phrases are really hard to pull off, right? Having done something similar to that before. You have to really be counting and have practiced a lot to get the feel for that transition into the harmony. So everything that I see from Nightwish tells me that, you know, they are extremely professional, polished, very good musicians, very together. And that's why it's sad, really, to see that Marco's left the group. You know, I know, because he's been with them for a very long time, and he's been a key member of the band, right? So I'm wondering how Floor's taking it. It's got to be a big loss for the band. But yeah, so if you have other Marco songs, one of the others you guys have recommended overall is The Greatest Show on Earth, I think. That's one. And I know there are 2 or 3 others. So just please put those in the comments and let me know what you'd like me to react to. And I'll try to get to those sooner than I have for this. It's been kind of crazy within the last couple months with me getting COVID and some of the different things that have been going on, transitioning to a new job and things like that. So my apologies for kind of falling off here and not putting out more content. But this is one of 2 that I'm going to be putting out at least, and I might be doing a 3rd this weekend. I'm going to try to get a bunch queued up and then publish them out. So I hope that you are all doing well. As I say at each of the end of my reactions, you need to know that you are special. You can accomplish your dreams, and you are loved. And the lyrics talk about the light, the beacon. And as I mentioned, as my logo says, I think music lights the world. It's one of the things that can provide that light and that hope, and sustain us and bring us together as a people around the world. And that's part of why I do my channel, is to hopefully create a community and bring all of us together to enjoy music and learn something new together. So thank you for watching and for your support. I really do appreciate it. And as I mentioned at the beginning, if you haven't already, if you could please subscribe, click on that notification bell and support the channel. I also have merchandise and a Patreon page as well. And I'm trying to kind of update my Patreon. I'm still kind of learning, okay, what are good offerings to have as part of my different plans, as part of my tiers. So if you have thoughts around that or suggestions, please put those in the comments. And again, thank you and take care.